What's going on, everybody, and welcome to GNR Central. And today I want to talk about the true story behind Axl Rose and Kanye West. Now, we have to start on December 3rd, 2008, because that's the first week that we had of sales tracking for Chinese Democracy once the album came out. So the album debuted at number 3 on the Billboard charts, which was a pretty huge disappointment considering how long it took to actually make the record and how much money was put into the record as well. So the album sold 261,000 copies in the US in its first week of release, including a reported 25,000 downloads on iTunes on November 23rd. Now, these were not counted towards the opening week to debut at number 3 on the Billboard 200 charts. So it ended up finishing behind Taylor Swift's album Fearless, which was number 2 with 267,400 albums sold. And number 1 spot was taken by Kanye West's 808 and Heartbreak, which opened at number 1 with sales of 450,000 and change. So the first week sales of Chinese Democracy, which was released through an exclusive deal with Best Buy chain, puts it on par with that of the opening registered by Contraband, the 2004 debut album from Velvet Revolver, which featured Rose's former bandmates Slash Duff and Matt Sorum. That CD sold 256,000 copies in the US during its first week of release to debut at number 1 on the Billboard 200 charts. Now, it's important to note the big difference between these two records is that there was a lot of promotion behind Velvet Revolver's album, whereas Axl didn't even bother promoting it or doing any interviews in the run-up to the album coming out. So according to some reports, Best Buy's promotion of the CD was lacking. Many stores did not feature any special floor displays or banners for the record, and it was not highlighted in advertising flyers as well. Only singer Axl Rose remained as a current member on the roster, having taken 15 years to complete the album with a revolving cast of musicians. So not too long after the album came out, Axl gave an interview, and he talked about Chinese Democracy, bipolar, and also running late, as well as Kanye West. So he was asked by a fan on one of the GNR forums, how did you feel about Kanye West's new album outselling Chinese Democracy, and do you like Kanye's music? To which Axl responded, I met Kanye at the Versace Awards. He was very gracious. I love Gold Digger, and I told him so. I'm a big fan of his stage performance as he seems to go for it physically, which I relate more to. Before our release, I sent him a message that any nonsense from the media I had nothing to do with and wished him the best. I'm humbled we've done as well as we have considering. So it turns out Axl isn't the only member of Guns N' Roses who's a fan of Kanye West. It also came out in 2008 that Slash is also a fan of Kanye and Rihanna. So even though at that time Slash was hoping for a rock revival, he admits he is a fan of some pop music. So the Velvet Revolver star, who had been touring in the UK with Velvet Revolver, this is almost a month before the band broke up, lists music by Amy Winehouse, Kanye West, and Rihanna as stuff he likes, although he's generally not impressed by today's music. When asked what he listens to, he said, I listen to the same shit I'm force-fed like everyone else does because it's on the radio. I think the enthusiasm that's shown on this tour with Velvet shows that there are some major rumblings of a rock revival, but we'll see what happens. Right now, some pop music is really good, but it's not rock. It's not the real deal. Slash also said that people shouldn't be surprised about him liking R&B star Rihanna's massive hit Umbrella. Actually, you have to recognize what's good in every type of music, he said. There's always something good going on, and just because it's not necessarily my cup of tea style-wise, it's a good song. If there's a good song, I'll always recognize it. Slash also said there's other things here and there that he likes. He pointed out there's a song by Kanye West called Stronger that I like. He said that's a great riff and would have made a great rock record. You might not think it, but I can hear through it. And I really like Amy Winehouse. I think she's awesome. So Slash was currently promoting a new range of Gibson Les Paul guitars back in 2008 when he gave this interview. So in 2010, Jay-Z shout out Axl Rose on Kanye West's Power remix. So Jay-Z gave a shout out to the Guns N' Roses frontman on a remix of Kanye West's new single Power. So the rapper appears on the track, which West debuted on his blog earlier that year on August 20th, 2010, alongside Swizz Beatz. So the lyric in the song that talks about Axl Rose says, F all these labels, F what everybody wants from you. They're trying to Axl Rose you. Welcome to the jungle. Fast forward now to 2016. It's been about a year since the legendary guitarist DJ Ashba quit Guns N' Roses. But he revealed in an interview that Axl Rose is like Kanye West when he's angry. So DJ was the band's lead guitarist from 2009 until 2015, and though he mostly enjoyed his time with the group, he admits he's grateful and he basically said that Axl's behavior was sometimes like that of the outspoken and temperamental rapper Kanye West. He said it got difficult here and there. He told SiriusXM, he's definitely a unique character. He has a very tight-knit circle, and I was fortunate enough to be part of that. And he's always treated me like gold. I have not a bad word to say, although I do know if you cross him, he can turn more into Kanye's side of things. Kanye has been hitting the headlines around that time in recent months due to a series of Twitter rants, including one in which he claimed his new album, The Life of Pablo, was the best album of all time. He was also caught on tape raging about his small stage set for his performance on Saturday Night Live and threatening to quit the show. So this headline is actually from an interview that Jeff and I did with former Guns N' Roses manager Doug Goldstein. So Guns N' Roses played a show as part of the Not in This Lifetime tour, and apparently Kanye West was in attendance, but he was apparently humiliated at the Guns N' Roses show as he wasn't allowed backstage. So also in attendance was former Guns N' Roses tour manager John Reese, who worked with the band in the 90s on the Use Your Illusion tour. And Doug Goldstein said, no, former Guns N' Roses tour manager John Reese, when I was talking to him, he went to the show. He had passes for him and his now wife and his daughters, and they went. They were back with Kanye West and a couple other guests, one of the Brazilians, Betta's family. One of the daughters comes out and only takes back Axl's guests. So Kanye got left there and a couple of other celebrities and John Reese. John Reese was the tour manager for the band, and he got embarrassed. And then most recently this year, Axl took a swipe at Kanye West. There was an incident that happened where Kanye West basically went and met with Donald Trump, where they had a summit on live TV. And, Axl found himself frustrated with the ordeal. So he had been known to, talk about politics on his Twitter feed. And he tweeted, "What a joke," Rose wrote on Twitter, "not going to solve anything in Chicago or anywhere else with any of that attention-seeking nonsense." He also quickly added, "Oh, and don't let any of that distract you from the Khashoggi killings," referring to the recent disappearance of a prominent Saudi journalist. So that does it for today's video. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Are you guys Kanye West fans? I have something to admit. So he was actually the first concert I ever went to, and it wasn't by choice. I used to have a different job where I go cover press events, and I was in LA, and this was back, I think, in 2011, and Kanye West and the Dropkick Murphys were performing at this event. And I had, been a fan of Kanye's stuff when I was like in university in my first or second year. Gold Digger was really big, and I thought, you know what, this is a free concert. I might as well go check it out. I gotta say, he puts on a pretty great stage show, but I'm no longer a fan of him just because of his attitude and his persona in the media. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button and be sure to subscribe if you love all things related to GNR. Take care.
Hey, this is Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses, and you're watching GNR Central. Yeah!